In this video, I'm going to take a customization that I did for a company in Texas, and I'm going to use that as an example to explain some of the pros and cons of the Forms feature in GraphPad, and some of the limitations as well, and then also show how the user can make some changes of his own. So the first thing I want to demonstrate is the form itself, and what I'm going to do is I'll just go into text mode and I'll see that I can type in the values and tabs through, etc., and that's all set up. However, if we turn the zoom off, or I should say the pan and zoom so it can zoom in all directions, and we scroll out, right, we can see that this form actually has quite a number of fields. And so even for me, it took me an hour to lay these out with the new features I've created to assist, which is duplicating records and stuff like that. There's still just a lot of work that has to be done. So that's one thing I wanted to demonstrate. And the other thing is that this is a PDF that he used as an example, which I laid the forms out on top, but he wanted the drawing sheet from another form. And unfortunately, that's something that users themselves can't do. Not at this time. It's a feature I will add eventually, but the ability to copy and paste different parts of different forms to create a new form, it simply is not there yet. So you would need me to at least get this started. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make some changes to this, and I'll go back to the first page. And the first change I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to change the font of all of these features. So we'll go into text mode, and we'll go to settings, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it editable so I can change the font on this screen, and we'll zoom out a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll go into points mode, we'll select the entire form, and we'll see if we go into text that all these fields are now highlighted. And if I go to the color and click blue, it'll now set the fields so they're now typing in blue. You can actually see it up there. And then we can also go and change this to Bradley Hand, which is kind of like a handwriting look to it. And so we'll also see that that's been changed as well. So if we zoom in on this one field that we've already populated, we'll see that it's actually this pretty blue text, which is going to show up. Now the other thing is that this page, and again we'll zoom back out and we'll look at it, this page is obviously legal size, but the drawing he wanted to use actually was made for standard size paper. So we're going to want to zoom out. We'll also want to change this, oops, sorry, wrong button, change this so we can edit this form as well. And now we'll select our area. Now the first thing I'm going to point out is you'll notice this little purple dot here. That actually indicates a group, and that messes things up when we actually go to move things. We'll zoom back out again. And we'll go into points mode and we'll grab the bottom portion of the screen. Sorry, one thing I need to do before I do that. I need to change it so it's legal size, and that's going to be moving this from 1100 pixels to 1400 pixels. I just happen to know that number. Okay. And now what we can do is we can now translate all these features down. So we'll go into points mode, we'll select all our items, so that's exactly what I didn't want to do. Okay, select all our items, and now we'll go into translate. We'll change this to something like 0.2, and we'll just increment it down. 2, set the direction to downward, and then we'll start just moving this down 0.2 of an inch at a time. And we'll just grab that again, and again translate down. Okay, maybe we want to go up a little bit. How's that? Okay, so now we've got our changes to our form. So we need to position this the way that we want it to open. So this looks nice for the second page, and the first page, again, we want to zoom out and then position it at the center. We definitely want to get rid of this text here. We can go into properties and just turn that off, return. Okay, and change this so it's actually back to zooming just vertically. Makes it easier to fill out forms. And now we'll save this, and we'll just call this Waco 2. So now we can reuse this anytime we want to. We do it open, go to Waco 2, Go into text mode. We can type in our values. We'll notice everything turns out in kind of this nice script form, etc. If we go to the second page, we'll notice that it's now the same size as the original page, and if we created a printout, they'd be about the same size. And that's my presentation. So hopefully this will help people. If you want some more information on customizations, or if you need to start getting a customization going, please feel free to contact me. And that's all I've got. Thank you.